So Bonnie's finally got her black card. She finally got that Nika fit.
Hey, that's mine. So?
Oda really taking a page out of Gege's handbook. He got that 2-in-1 about to kick off next chapter. That Nika beatdown is about to be elite.
No. Wait.
You know what? I'm just going to call it right now. Bonnie's going to be the final Straw Hat. The Vegapunk story time has basically wrapped up, and I ain't gonna lie to you, the pacing of those chapters had me reevaluating my whole existence, which explains the lack of chapter reviews. Now, before y'all go trashing me in the comments about it, maybe the content was nice, but not nice enough for me to review, at least in my opinion. Yo, so whenever I look at my YouTube analytics, a lot of people who actually watch my channel are actually from my YouTube recommendations. Y'all not even subscribed. So, if you're new to the channel and you like this kind of content, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button too. Thanks. Luffy really gave Bonney that Morpheus pep talk. Now, if you take that red pill, you're about to hit that all-white party. You're about to run the pockets of one of these old we gonna let that fake ID situation slide. We still gonna let you in, but we gonna have to swap that glass of wine for a bottle of Gatorade. Sugar-free Gatorade. But if you take this blue pill, we not gonna think you a punk. You still gonna be cool and all that, but you're not nice. You're not like that. Yeah, when I read that last part of the chapter, that's basically how it played out in my mind. Bonney and Luffy with that double Nika beatdown they about to run may as well have come out of the same womb. Considering how acquainted their parents are, Bonney could very much be the last and final Straw Hat. Now, with the way these narratives tend to play out and whatnot, I rode that Yamato for Straw Hat train the entirety of Wano. 4 years! Wait, what you mean Yamato ain't joining the crew? Bro, they would have been the Monster Quartet! They fought Kaido together! But bro, she actually said she was joining. I read it! What the f***? As you can see, I clearly took that kind of well. So, yeah. Bonney telling Luffy that he's actually Nika, to which he actually has no idea who that actually is funny because it's actually enough for her to use Distorted Future in order to earn her own black card. So for her to become Nika herself. I think Bonney may become an honorary Straw Hat, something like Law or Bonney, to some capacity, but at the same time, I'm a little 50-50 with it. In a way, I can see her not joining the crew, but I can also see her actually joining the crew. Law, I didn't think he was going to join the crew because one, he has a crew of his own. Yamato even said she was joining the crew, but then again, she never joined, and we'll get into that a little later. But Bonney actually has no crew to go back to. So Bonney just out here just disrespecting the Vice Admirals at this point. Last chapter, Vice Admiral Dog gave one of the Giants the meanest left hook. Or maybe a right hook. Well, either way, he got punched. Just to be folded like a child in the following chapter. Bonney uses Distorted Future and she finally takes her Nika form. And I mean, she doesn't ask to become Nika, she just asks for a form where she's completely free. Which I would call busted, but I would assume, seeing that she can copy Luffy's abilities in that capacity, I can also assume that she would also have his weaknesses. So there's probably a massive stamina drain. And she may turn into an old lady, but her abilities to age, so I'm guessing she can offset that. In addition to that too, her belief in Nika actually has to be rock solid in order for it to be successful, because she did try to actually use Distorted Future in retrospect, and well, it didn't really work out like that. Well, I touched on this briefly in the last part, but
I'm not finished.
Jinbei officially joined the crew in person in Wano last arc, and that had pretty much been set up all the way from Fishman Island. Normally when a character says that they'll join, it usually feels like an exit strategy almost to write the character out. and the idea of that character actually coming back into the story is left to marinate and dissolves in the universe, never to be heard from again. He came, he saw, he conquered. But in this isolated situation, he actually came back. Or, comes back. You know what I mean. Yamato was another candidate who I genuinely thought was going to join the crew, and narratively speaking, I can see why she didn't, because power-wise, the samurai wasn't hanging with nothing. The admirals are really the only threat to the Straw Hats at this point, and the fact that it took one of them to have the entirety of the retainers reevaluate their future prospects in security law enforcement speaks volumes about where they stand. That exchange that they had with Green Bull was enough to sit there and tip the balance in favor of Yamato actually sailing, as opposed to sailing the seas and being free within her definition, like her icon and idol, Odin. Nitoryu. Momonosuke still enjoying the training wheels on the Kaido bicycle he just purchased last month. Fun fact, he actually brought that bike to the X Games, where he faced off against Green Bull, and despite making a few lucky shots here and there, he still ended up in last place. Not really sure if you can kind of consider that a win due to divine intervention, but I mean, I guess in this situation, a win's a win. Bonney and Luffy's fathers were friends, besties, allies, frenemies. Basically, they were best buds, allies, whatever you want to call them. Bonney lost her entire crew going to Egghead Island. She has no one to go back to. From what I know so far, Bonney's been looking for Nika this entire time, also in pursuit of her black card. Okay, that part's a lie, but you know. Despite the trials and tribulations that she's been through, she's finally earned her black card and has decided to test run her new Nika found abilities on her opponent, borderline victim, Marcus Mars.
You're a victim.
I don't really know how much closer being a Straw Hat one can actually get. You now share the main character's god tier abilities that have been teased pre-time skip. We are over 1100 chapters in. Take that in. Rowan Noah, who's been the Nika minority hunter since Romance Dawn, doesn't even have access to this power, and he's a day one. My point being, he's been there since day one, and he's not even that close. Bonney could very much be the last and final Straw Hat once Egghead is all said and done. I don't see her casually walking away, especially because she stands at the pinnacle of authority above the Seraphims. I mean, I'm guessing the Gorosei will probably find a way to reset that, but she's at the top. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say that this is definitely happening, but I can legitimately actually see that happening. The Gorosei have successfully put an end to the transmission, and right now it seems like they're just trying to wrap up loose ends. The borderline manhunt for Lilith and Atlas is actually en route, but I mean, good luck getting to Atlas because she got the entire squad with her too. You're gonna have to go through the entire fleet to even breathe in her direction. Have fun. Mercury and Saturn are trying to salvage as much as Punk Records as they can, especially because one, they actually have York, and on top of that, Punk Records has actually been designed to the point where now it can be self-sustaining even though Stella's not there. Well, self-sustaining, then it can develop and grow. So, you know, all that good stuff. Nujiro currently fighting with Zoro and Jinbei, but I mean, there's more Zoro though, because I mean, you know, that exchange of blades has been waiting to happen since day one. Like, come on. But then again, he is with Jinbei, so I definitely see that escape route actually happening. I reckon they'll probably cross swords, exchange a few words, and be like, nah, I'll see you in the final arc. And that'll probably be it.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Luffy's currently in the process with the Giants. He's en route to actually reunite with the rest of the Straw Hats, and they're in the process of leaving Egghead Island. We still got more earthquakes, and apparently the sea level is rising again. Mars is in the process of attacking the giant ship, and we can tell you now, these guys ain't gonna just simply let you leave. After everything you done seen and you heard and everything you did, they not just gonna sit there and let you walk out. Luffy there, refuel and ready to go for another round to Gear 5, and the only thing I can say is that, as opposed to dealing with one Nika, you got two to deal with. So good luck, my boy. Interestingly enough, the Gorosei have yet to even be damaged at this point. So I mean, they'll have an exchange, but it's definitely gonna be interesting seeing how this actually plays out. I really thought Marcus Mars was gonna have an exchange with Sanji. I think that'll definitely be an exchange to happen later on in the actual manga. But that's all from me. Let me know your thoughts below. Did you like the chapter? Did you not like it? Where do you think the story's going next? We got 2 Nikas to deal with. One was already powerful enough. Now we got 2. Bonney and Luffy really woke up and chose violence. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll holler at y'all later, man. Peace.